football. So are they, as the Packers get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. This is
the Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Go. 20! Here we go again.
Now here's Wentz. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, for what you're aiming for, they tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Over 30 yards there. And 1st downs on 3 consecutive plays now. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run with Clement. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Corey Clement, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Rodgers now to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Green 18. Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Green 18.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a
Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Whenever you see a team deciding to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, as a defensive player, my mindset is we've got them now, and that's why they dialed up the blitz and got after them.
But occasionally, you want to pass it on 3rd and 1. I mean, not a lot for sure, but sometimes just to keep the defense guessing.
Oh, no doubt. You want to break tendencies as you go along with the game because you don't want them to just say, oh, 3rd and 1, we know exactly what they're going to do. But in this situation, as an offensive lineman, as a running back, I want to know why I didn't get the football.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in position. They've got it with a 2nd down coming up. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws. And, oh, it's blocked. Oh, the Packers have it. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. He's at the 30. And he dives into the end zone and gets the 2 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basket.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A gain there of 21 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be...
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Corey Clement, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's got room. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone. Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to 7.
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, it's caught outright by Graham. 16 yards, a 1st down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jamal Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. That's going to set him back 5 yards. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Sunday. Hey, Echo. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe than returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Well, we'll see if they can do it here. Throwing again on 2nd down, but This time it's incomplete.
Incomplete. It's third down and 3 yards to go.
The Eagles on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, dude. Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kyler Fackrell, the linebacker. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again. Rodgers. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. A gain of 32 that time.
But we spend a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now Crosby for the point after. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll... carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Here we go. We're pulling. It's 74.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Ertz over the middle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Caught by the tight end Ertz. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Wentz now 9 of 17 through the air. From the red zone now, Wentz. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Going to go to Clement here out of the backfield. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. The field goal unit on the sideline. They're going to go with 1 second left. Here's Clement. And he is going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. The defense holds here on the final play of the half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They fake the give. Now Rodgers looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Focus, defense, focus. 51.
To throw again. Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Here's Rodgers.
A little football 101.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
That just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Give me that ball, defense. Box it.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Lets this one rip toward Graham. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. He'll boot it away from about his 35.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10.
Play to win. Let's go.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll begin on the ground with Clement. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing is Wentz. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Wentz on third down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
At their own 11-yard line.
Right now, you got 58.
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. On play action, now Rodgers. Being chased out left. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Just like that. Just like that.
And again, it's Rodgers. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
319, 50, 53, Mike 53. They're going to need some.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers, he's going to look deep. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And his guys are going to have the football back as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Back now at Lambeau. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing on second down. Wentz bringing it in. Jackson left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards on the play. First down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Wentz leaves with Clement on the draw. And able to work his way down to the 16. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Zach Ertz, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Trying to lay one. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
I'm here all day.
Now Rodgers to throw again. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Easy. Hey, let's get there. Shoot. 26. Hey, high 7.
Throwing is Rodgers. And left side here, it's Graham. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Oh, no, he lost the football. But it looked like a Packer. Yeah, Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Critical extra point up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, it's Clement to start the drive. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Wentz. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Go. 50 wants the money. No. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Now Wentz. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Got a man. That's Allison. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And Graham's got it over the middle. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Here we go. Waiting. Touchdown, defense. Kill. 50 want the money.
Wentz to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tramon Williams. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Williams. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them. I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Here we go, back. Sweet! Play goal. Here I come. 57.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now and got his man complete. 39 yards there, a big one. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. And once more, he was looking for Alshon Jeffrey, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again for the 41. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long. We'll see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for Green Bay,